Welcome to Somfy's video manual for Somfy-powered rolling shutters. In this video, you will learn how to set limits for the Somfy 4-wire motors with push buttons. Before we begin, a qualified licensed electrician may be required to ensure compliance with all national and local electrical codes. Check with the local municipality. Do not use motor cable to penetrate building walls. Remember to create a drip loop to prevent water intrusion. Refer to the wiring instructions and diagrams included in the box with the motor for proper wiring to avoid damage to the shutter. Connect the motor wires to the installation test switch, matching the wire colors. Then connect to power. Remove the protective cap from the limit switch adjustment buttons. Press both buttons in, making sure they remain locked. Next, identify which limit switch adjustment button corresponds with the upper limit and which with the lower limit. Their location depends on the type of installation, left or right, as well as the side which the shutter rolls down. Refer to the drawings included in the motor instructions for guidance. To set the limit, first run the motor in the selected direction. Once the desired limit is reached, release the corresponding button on the motor head. Repeat for the opposite limit. Allow the motor to run in both directions until it stops at each limit position. To change the position, press the limit switch for the limit you wish to adjust, bring the shutter to the desired position, and release the limit switch. Once you are done with the limits, replace the protective cap. The limits are set and the shutter is ready to be wired to power and a Somfy switch of choice. Do not use a standard light switch as a motor control. Some of the switch choices are maintain switch, momentary switch, or an outdoor key switch. The maintain switch, when pressed, stays pressed and continues to move the shutter. To stop the shutter, switch the paddle to the middle position. A momentary switch needs to be pressed continuously, up or down, to operate the shutter. Once you release the switch, the shutter stops. Do not wire 2 or more motors to one single pole switch. This will cause motors to malfunction. Use a double pole switch, which would isolate both motors. Operating the shutter using the outdoor key switch is simple. Put the key in the lock and turn towards the arrows, up or down. After connecting the switch, always check the direction of operation. Make sure when pressing the up button, the shutter moves up. If the shutter goes down when pressing up, double check the wiring, make sure the connections in junction box and on the switch are correct. Thanks for watching. To learn more, visit us on somfysystems.com.